Yeah, as we can see, Zane has gotten help from Shark starting his red buff. He is clearing his jungle faster than Dez, as Dez is still working on his blue.
Yeah, that's really interesting too there, especially with the amount of damage that Shark does very early on that Shark. That is a huge advantage already. As you can see, Zane starting to work his way down towards the bottom, and that's Gold Crab stolen away by Dez. He actually prioritized the gold minion since he knew he was a little behind with that jungling.
Yeah, on both side lanes, we do see they're a little pretty even. The matchup is pretty even. But we do see on the side of Nighthorde, they're trying to, do some damage while Zane and Hoon are in the jungle, but they're back at mid side, so.
Yeah, very interesting. Hoon already used that flicker very early in the game. We see the rotation there. Mobazane sees it, so now top lane is going to be warned that they do have members coming. Fly Chicken actually takes a little bit of damage. 3 members coming from the side, but Fly Chicken no worse for wear, able to kind of create that distance. And he's maybe drawing it a little close there. He does not want to give up these minions, even though I want to say the smart play would probably be to back up. That's not what you get from like one of the top XP laners in North America.
Yeah, as you can see, Nighthorde, they're doing really well in rotations. They are dominating this early game with Dez already on the turtle, and his teammates are coming to help. I think this is a free turtle towards the size of Dez, the first turtle going towards Nighthorde.
And this isn't something uncommon that we've seen before. It wasn't a great positioning there. Shark did find himself an ejector on to Legend, but it just really wasn't in a good position for the rest of the team to take advantage. So they went ahead, they let them get the turtle, and they're going to continue letting Zane go ahead and try to farm up through this early game.
Yeah, I like how Shark is giving vision for BTK, but I feel like Hoon is getting bullied a lot on the mid lane side, where both the mid laner and roamer are rotating with each other. So Hoon is just left to defend by himself on mid side, but Shark is back at the mid lane, mid bush with Hoon right now.
Yeah, and that's a great point there too, as you were talking about like Hoon, and this is kind of one of the little fall points when it comes to having a mid like this, where they've nerfed a lot of the damage, a lot of the slow that they can put out there, and he's not exactly able to rotate with Shark right now, which has been very integral right now in the meta with assassins, where you want your jungle, your mid, and your roam to rotate very tight, very together, and to get those ganks into the side lanes.
Yeah, but right now we can see that both sides are doing pretty good, with Nighthorde ahead by 1k gold, but the scoreboard still at 3 minutes is at 0-0, so pretty interesting.
Yeah, you can see here, actually, it does look like Dez is up by about 100 gold. That's about minimal right now. We do know that both of these jungles probably have different objectives in mind, whereas Zane, what we saw from like the first game when we saw Bane out there, he really shines when it comes to those towers and pushing towers and objectives and things like that. So that's maybe where BTK is warming up and looking for an opportunity. Ejector does land onto Legend, whom puts a little bit of damage, but not too scared, is a Legend who's going to kind of back up from behind the tower.
Yeah, we do see a turtle coming up. Legend possibly having to back, as he is half HP right now, but we do see him on the side of BTK. They are in the better position, being on turtle uncontested, with Dez not coming, but Dez is possibly going to the red buff side instead.
Yeah, really interesting there. A little bit of mistiming potentially coming from the side of Nighthorde there, where Dez was not in a position to go ahead and get the Lord, even though I want to say like they had a good matchup when it came to it. They could have gone for it. They could have fought for it, but he just wasn't in the proper position to go ahead and contest that. Looked for something at the bottom, but just a little hesitant to get down to that XP lane, or to get down to that gold lane.
Right, I agree with you. I think Dez was a little out of position. His whole team was right next to the turtle, so the fight would have been even with a 4v4 on the turtle fight, but it's okay. The scoreboard is even with 1-1 on turtle right now.
Yeah, right now 0-0 apiece. Both these teams are paying a very big respect, not wanting to make the first mistake, not wanting to put themselves in a position that they might cost them teams a death just yet. But right now you can see, I mean, even on the gold as well, both these teams, I guess we're just waiting for first team to kind of get one of those clashes in.
Yeah, as you can see, both teams are really even right now. Even hitting the 5-minute mark, we still are at a point of 0-0, so no deaths so far. The gold is pretty close, with Night Horde being up on the lead by around 300 gold, but not that much, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, really interesting for me is just to see this this Alice in the gold lane. I'm very curious to see how well it performs there. I mean, it is kind of going up against yellow as this Lunux, so it's gonna be it's just an all around. We've talked about this before, me and you, when it comes to like the gold lane. There's a lot of different things that can go into the gold lane, and just like that, when we were talking about the sieging ability of this Bane, he did throw out that deadly catch, put a little bit of damage on their Shark, finds himself an ejector, puts Alcy1 right up in front to Mobazane, but he is getting caught there. Mikasa throws in a final slash, and that's going to be a first blood going over to Legend and GOSU Nighthorn. This battle is not over. Shark still in the fight, going to use that flicker to get himself out of harm's way. Mobazane coming in with a crab claw cannon, has the deadly catch come out, but Dez still able to scoop up the next turtle.
Wow, that was really amazing. I liked how Mikasa on Arlott was able to come down on his lane and just swipe Hoon. But as we see another fight here, we have Fried Chicken and Shark going down to the side of Night Horde. I like how they're all stacking together as a team, even right after the turtle fight. So that's great synergy right there and team comp.
Yeah, and a great job to be able to kind of offset BTK there, keep them at bay, zone them out while you get the turtle. They missed the first one. The second one, they weren't in a great position. Deadly Catch goes out, and doing a great job right now is GOSU Nighthorn. Oh, we do it. The real world manipulation is Out Legend trying to burst down the damage onto who might actually get caught there by Fried Chicken, but finds himself an escape with the black shoes.
Yeah, honestly, BTK isn't really doing so hot right now. They're not in their best shape right now at 7 minutes. Scoreboard is only 0-4 with GOSU Nighthorn being up by 3k gold, but possibly could have a game turnaround.
Oh, and that flicker with the darkening is going to be all she wrote for Fried Chicken. Even used his primal wrath, and it was not enough to do the damage to yellow. So great pickup there for GOSU Nighthorn, who, just like you said, are on a roll. I'll bet a lot of viewers didn't expect this to start with a 5-0 lead against BTK.
I know a lot of the fans here right now are BTK fans, but watching this game so far at 8 minutes, a lot are like, oh, what's happening? Why is Night Horde winning? But it's only 8 minutes in the game, guys, and we'll see what happens. But both teams are on the mid side to get together staff.
Yeah, you can already see the chunking from that crab claw cannon. Alcy1 comes in onto Fried Chicken, earns himself a pop-up for his efforts, but they have lost positioning on that mid-side L bush. Dez already doing a great job. He's going to start baiting out this Lord at bottom. I think BTK has a little bit of wind on there. Oh, concealed play there by Shark. He does get caught up, flickers in, does use the ejector. Down goes Legend. Real world manipulation is out. Shark goes down. Look at the lifespan here. Mikasa trying to get out of harm's way. Dez, look at the life and healing he gets from Mobazane onto the back line. Zia finds 2 kills in the back line, and Mobazane finds a kill of his own. That is 4 members down for Nighthorn.
Shark had an amazing engage right there on that bush. Even though he sacrificed his life for it, his whole team was able to wipe out half of Nighthorn and be able to get the first Lord of the game. Did you see Zia's amazing play on Alice? He went in under 2-2, killed 2, and barely survived with just 1 HP going back to the Lord side. Very nice.
Yeah, an amazing play, and just like that, BTK show the strengths of this composition in a single team fight, especially with using this Alice to kind of dive into that back lane. You're exactly right, especially under tower, being able to get both of those kills, chase down I want to say the heroes with the lowest health there. And right now, it is 4-6 and evened up for BTK.
Yeah, Hoon's real-world manipulation also played a big role in putting Night Horde in a square and just hitting them with his deadly little dots. As you can see right here, same thing's happening.
Yeah, great job there. We deal with the real world manipulation and the call up there. Ultimate coming out from MOBA. Zane there, a huge clean up there. That is a whole team wipe. And when you talk about wombo combos, you had the real world manipulation down there. You had the deadly catch come out from Zane. There was nowhere for Night Horde to run as we take it into a replay.
Yeah, as we can see in the replay, real world manipulation comes down, as well as MOBA Zane with his sharks. This whole team fight is just turned around, as we saw that Night Horde was in the lead, but due to a few little hiccups and little mistakes in some team fights, we do see BTK coming back and getting basically all their towers besides the mid inhib. So this is really strong coming from BTK.
Yeah, a lot of finger wagging probably going on with the viewers right now, who were maybe a little scared at the beginning there when it was like a 5-0 with BTK having 0 kills there, but they absolutely dominated, turned this around, and got, I want to say, almost 8 unanswered towers in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, so the lead did just switch up with BTK at 38k gold and Night Horde at 33k. The gold gap is pretty huge, but I think Night Horde should be a little bit more wary right now, as they are a little bit behind.
Ooh, we do see a big fight coming up here. Deadly Catch is out, does find a kill on to Mikasa into the back lanes. Ooh, Yellow able to just narrowly get away. That is 2 down for the Night Horde. They are unable to even get their purple buff, as the offense coming out from BTK is proving too much. This is going to be the last high ground tower. We are at the 12-minute mark. BTK to finish it up. Ejector out to LC1, and we do see Dez getting taken down. This might be all she wrote for BTK, looking for their first victory of the night.
Ooh, congrats to BTK, first game.